Hi, I'm Brian from MAHLE Service Solutions, and today we're going to go through how to set up and operate our wireless mobile column lifts. First, you will want to prepare the workspace by clearing unnecessary equipment from the area and ensuring the lifts will be placed on level, even ground that is solid and capable of supporting the load of the lifts and the vehicle your shop plans to lift. It should be noted that hot asphalt can become soft, and placement of the lifts on asphalt should be avoided to prevent property damage or an unsafe situation. If you plan to use the lifts outside, please check the operation manual for conditions on outdoor use. You will also want to make sure there is adequate clearance above the highest point of the vehicle you plan to lift, so the vehicle does not contact any overhead objects when raised. It will be necessary to install the screens prior to use. To do so, you're going to use these 4 Phillips head screws supplied with the kit to mount the screen. You then will plug in the appropriate connectors, and they're labeled white and black. The radio antenna will then need to be screwed to the top and insert the supplied 3 amp fuse into the missing location. Once your work area is set and you've removed the product's packaging, be sure to check for any damage to the units or any of their included accessories prior to operation. If no damage is found on the lifts, next you'll want to plug in each unit and make sure the battery charger indicator light is green for both batteries on each lift. If the light is not green, charge the battery until the battery charger indicator light is green. That process takes about 30 minutes. For applications that utilize a dual rear axle, it will be necessary to have the CAR 20 adapter to keep the rear axle supported during a lift. In order to do this, you'll set the CAR adapter on top of the frame. You'll run a chain down below the axle, wrap around and pull the chain up and attach it into the groove. Now that your lifts are ready to operate, you will now want to position your fully charged units at opposite ends of the same axle of the vehicle you intend to lift. If necessary, adjust the carriage lift arms until they're wide enough to allow the lift pads to clear the tire treads and the entire lift pad is under the tire. Make sure they cradle the tires evenly and are in alignment with the tire. Once your lifts are properly placed, place the vehicle's transmission in neutral and release the parking brake. Next, you will want to set the master on-off switch of the first lift's unit to the on position. The green-colored touchscreen power indicator light located just below the screen should turn on once the master on-off switch is turned on. The home screen will appear and you will be able to select your desired radio settings. The default radio settings will be the settings selected the last time the units were used. Push the up-down arrows on the right side of the screen, change the radio frequency and/or the channel if needed. All units that will be used together as a lift system to lift the vehicle must be set to the same frequency and channel. When the desired radio settings are shown, press the confirm button to advance to the next screen. The next screen will display a notice. If you agree with and acknowledge the statements displayed on the screen, push the accept button to continue this process. A screen will then appear asking which operating mode will be used. If the vehicle being lifted by the tires using the standard lift arms, select normal mode. The display will now ask you to enter each lift's position in relation to the vehicle by touching the corresponding location buttons. You will want to select round button with a number that matches the current lift's unit's position. Once the position is selected, the position button will turn green and indicate the selection. Once the work area, vehicle, and lifts are prepared, you will go to any one of the programmed lifts, push and release the enable button. The button color will change from red to green, indicating the button is on. The button will stay on for 5 seconds after it is released. During the 5 seconds that the enabled button is on, push and hold the raise or lower button to raise or lower the vehicle. When the vehicle is raised to the desired height, release the button. At this point, depending on the amount of time the vehicle will remain in its current position, the lift system should be either locked or turned off. Once your work is complete and you're ready to lower the vehicle to the ground, you will want to clear the work area and make sure that no personnel, tools, and equipment are under the vehicle. Position yourself at any one of the synchronized lift units and push and release the enable button. During the 5 seconds that the enable button is on, push and hold the button to lower the vehicle. Release the lower button when the vehicle has reached the floor and the lift carriages are no longer in contact with the tires. This will be indicated when the stowed indicator light turns blue. Next, you will want to place the vehicle's transmission into park and engage the vehicle's parking brake. With the vehicle in park, move the lift units away from the work area and turn the master on-off switch to the off position. About 10 seconds after the master on-off switch is turned off, the screen will display a message and power down. It's important to note that you will want to be sure to fully recharge each lift unit after every use to ensure that the lift units are ready for future jobs. This completes the setup and operation instructions for our wireless mobile column lifts. For more information, please contact us at the link below.